Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we're back with more Piofiore 1926, just continuing Yang's route. So, jumping right back in. Breakfast the next day was the same as always, except for one difference. Kangi?
What kind of kangi is it today? Shrimp?
Kanji?
Nope, it's chicken, carrots, sesame seeds, and... I like chicken and carrots. Hey, Rui, can I have your leftover chicken?
I don't have any leftover. Why don't you ask your twin? Wouldn't you rather share with him? Rui was with us now.
That means I won't have enough. And Faye's gonna be sad. Yeah, you're so mean, Rui. I knew Yuan's men were bad. Heartless.
May I remind you that you were trying to do something heartless to me? They continued their conversation as they ate. The twins were behaving as they normally did, but I was surprised to see how much Rui spoke and ate along with them. Aside from the kanji? I don't know. He already had in front of him somewhat sweet... He already had in front of him some sweet and sour pork and a plate piled high with steamed buns. Rui must be older than Lon or Faye, but he may still be growing, too. He appeared closer in age to the twins than to Yang. Seeing the three of them eating together and conversing so easily was heartwarming. Yang was sitting in his usual spot. He might have still been sleepy as he wasn't eating as much at the moment. Good God, I can't read right now. I'm sorry. He might have still been sleepy as he wasn't eating much at the moment. By the way, I seem to have fewer sesame balls than you guys do. You're not eating off my plate, are you? Rui frowned as he compared their plates with suspicion. Wow, what the hell? What is wrong with me?
I didn't eat any, Rui. Yours is a normal plate.
Normal?
You wake up early and tell the cook to give us more than everyone else.
Oh, we wake up early. Sorry, I tell the cook. Huh. Why didn't anyone tell me about that? You're supposed to take care of newcomers. Rui? If you'd like, you can have some of mine. I haven't touched them yet. Maybe I shouldn't have offered.
Huh? You don't want your sesame balls? In that case, I want them all! Gimme!
Space. Why must you concern yourself with others? As far as I can see, you have not eaten much yourself. I was just about to. Don't worry. I'd been too distracted by Rui to eat. But I would never dare say such a thing, so my response came out somewhat muddled. Is that so? Yang eyed me with a smirk. Oh no. You seem too weak this morning to even hold up a spoon. Come, I shall feed you. Oh dear God. We're like, oh shit. I didn't eat fast enough, so now he's gonna feed me. I ate too fast, now he's gonna spank me. Like, good God, you can't win with it. I mean, I guess it's all winning technically, but... He smiled mischievously. I'll be fine. If you don't mind, I'll be fine. I feel like, if you don't mind, is probably the response he wants me to give, but the response I want to give is, I'll be fine. I don't know what the game expects. If you don't mind! Oh, dear God. This is definitely a saying it for Yang. Oh, God. And, if you don't mind... How boring. Seeing you so compliant may make me change my mind. That makes sense, too. Unless that was your aim all along. I'd known Yang for a while now. When I didn't struggle against him, he seemed to lose interest in whatever he had fancied. You still lack sufficient ability to manipulate me. Now, sit on my lap. I've decided to take care of my woman. I couldn't help but pout at his remark. But I knew it was no use resisting now, so I stood and approached him as instructed.
Open your mouth. Or should I feed you mine?
Just the normal way, please. Also, open your mouth. Whoa, 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 Yang, not at the table. Good God, what the fuck? I sat nervously on his lap as he fed me by hand. Though there had been several occasions when he had done so, I still couldn't help but feel self-conscious as I ate. I mean, it's not like, oh, we're alone and it's kind of sexy. Or like, I'm sitting here being fed like a fucking infant and there's people sitting at the table and this is just kind of fucking and humiliating. Yeah, no, this, you want to feel self-conscious and embarrassed. This is the time, girl.
No good! Kanji in the morning's the best!
Or kanji, I have no idea. Anyway.
I want more. I wonder if the kitchen's got extras.
Kangi? Oh, anyway, isn't a drink, right? Savor it while you eat, don't just swallow it. No one paid any attention to my situation, and for that I was grateful. It was then that I noticed Rui was staring at us with an obvious frown. He's over there like, the fuck? The look on his face is, the fuck? But like an apathetic the fuck. Please don't look. I'd gotten accustomed to the strangeness of life here. Rui's reaction is the normal response. Yang brought more food to my mouth, and I opened it while trying to avoid eye contact. Of course this wasn't normal. I can't bear his eyes much longer!
Rui? What is it?
Yang was entirely unbothered by Rui's staring.
I have a job for you. He's like, stop staring at my woman.
And what is this job you wanted me to do?
The job you came here for.
After breakfast, Yang led Rui back to our room where he pointed a finger at the desk.
Here are the contracts and paperwork for all the deals we're handling.
Thank you very much. By the way, Rui glanced toward me.
What?
Well, it's nothing. Rui shook his head and sighed a bit. He then began going through the stack of papers. I bet he wanted to ask what I was doing here. To be honest, I wanted to know that myself. For some reason, Yang had brought me with him to the room and had me seated on his lap again. I think it's because it makes Rui feel awkward. Because Rui's like, this is weird. And he's like, gonna keep doing it then. Yang is that person, so yeah, makes sense. I see you've been very busy. Rui flipped through the files quickly, scanning over them with sharp eyes.
Well, this town has long been known as the back door to Europe, a gateway into illicit dealings, an apt description of Berlin. Working here means you must go through the Berlin Mafia, although the Falzone and the Visconti have lost their leaders and live as common scavengers now. Those who once worked closely with the other families are now crawling to the Laoshu, begging for our aid. After all, there's no one who works in Berlin who doesn't absolutely need to. So which of these do you want to keep? It'll be your job to make that decision.
At that, Rui fell silent for a moment and shifted through the papers one by one. The room was quiet, but for the sound of pages turning. Finally, Rui raised his head after reviewing the last of the documents. Looks like it's a loss one way or the other. Even with the other families weakened, they won't like losing their clients to us. They may not be much of a threat now, but I'd rather avoid riling them unnecessarily. The remaining numbers are not insignificant. Yang narrowed his eyes with a smirk. Oh, that aside for now, there's something I need to ask my new boss. Is it in our best interest to take on clients who didn't treat the Laoshu favorably before?
An offense.
Oh.
An offense the archaic Lu Huanhu would not take lightly, though it is of no concern to me. If we can profit from them, who cares where their loyalties once lay?
In that case, I've decided. Let's take on all the proposals here. Huh? I blinked at Rui's ambitious statement. There may be a lot, but handling them isn't impossible. Oh, as long as we can enforce discipline the old-fashioned way. Yes, absolutely. Yang seems pleased. Still, I have to admit it's a lot of work. So this is all mine to handle, huh? Rui sighed as he glanced over the stacks of papers piled atop the desk. I assume you're well aware that we lack manpower. All we have are mindless rats. They can fight, but aside from myself, there's no one else who can handle delicate work. See. In addition, I'll inform you now that I care not for this type of work in the least. Huh? Well, that's obvious enough. Now you can handle all the paperwork, contracts, and other uninteresting matters. Rui is like the Laoshu fucking Oliver. But he's like, and Oliver's like, Jesus Christ, Gilbert, what the fuck? Oh, the dynamic is just not as much fun here, but... If there's a deal that requires my presence, let me know. I may be in the mood to help then. I'll leave the rest to you. Really taking advantage here, aren't you? Lee, the previous second-in-command, was mostly useless, but he could do this much. If you cannot manage this workload, I can send for another replacement from the mainland. One other thing. A ship will arrive soon with one of Fan's men. I expect you to handle it. It was unusual to see Yang concerning himself with purposeful arrangements ahead of time. I was used to seeing him act on a whim, seemingly at random, very unlike a leader. Now he looked so focused and dignified that I couldn't help but admire him. Oh, and before I forget, I will leave you in charge of exterminating the remaining vermin. Huh? They survive now only because I cannot be bothered. However, it will be better to do away with them. Surely they mean to assemble and have their revenge soon, and nip it in the bud before they cause any trouble. Understood. Rui chuckled to himself as he returned the rest of the papers to the desk. I'm a bit relieved these were more organized than I was expecting. I thought all the work would have stopped with my predecessor's death. Who's been handling it? Me. Your penmanship is amazing. Command my men as you wish. The twins will also be a good asset to you. And then again, they are only good for fighting. Ah, and avoid the remaining. Okay, well, so once again, my recording software just decided to tell me to go fuck myself and wasn't going to record or continue or do anything, and I'm pretty sure I was like 30 minutes into this fucking recording, and so we've lost like 20 minutes here. I'm sorry, bird. Sorry, my bird's with me, and he's been sitting patiently with me while the last hour I have spent trying to get my goddamn graphics card update, because I updated it, and then like, okay, then it stopped working, and then I updated it, and then I needed to update it again. I don't know why fucking NVIDIA needs me to update my goddamn graphics card 76 fucking times for it to goddamn stay. And the worst part is I checked. Like, let me go in and check here, and it's like, oh. And I look at the version, not in the GeForce Experience. I go in and look at the control panel. It tells me I have the right fucking version. And yet, GeForce Experience is like, hey, you can download and install this driver that apparently you already have, but no, you fucking don't. Like, I don't know why every time this motherfucker has to update, I've got to do it 14 times. And I don't understand why I have to do it 14 times every fucking week, because I don't have an hour to sit here and fucking do this. It's right before Christmas, and I have so much fucking shit to do that spending 4 hours trying to record 2 fucking parts of this is not what I fucking can do right now, and it's the level of my tolerance, and I'm gonna go fucking drink after this, because the amount of stress I've dealt with in the last 24 hours is just astounding, and I just want to fucking cry. So, we're having a great fucking time. So anyway, I've already read half of this fucking shit. We get to do it again because my computer and my graphics card are goddamn motherfucking pieces of cock fucking shit. And this recording software fucking sucks because, well, your graphics card isn't totally updated, so I can't work. Fuck you! You can goddamn work. If you can work right fucking now, if you could work on the old version, you can work on the fucking, you can go back, you can work. Like, it just doesn't fucking, shut your fucking face and just goddamn work. I can't handle this shit. I can't. I'm so fucking mad. I don't want to do this right now, but like, we have to do it. I have to get this fucking part done, so. Jesus goddamn Christ. Wasted like 20 fucking minutes. Of recording. That wasn't actually recording. I wasted like an hour. So like, I could have gotten 3 parts maybe done today, and lucky I can manage 1 at this point, so. Awesome! Just. Anyway, so we were in the middle of saying,
and avoid the remaining Visconti members stationed to the west of Strano.
The reason.
You cannot handle them.
Rui frowned at Yang's ready response. But without complaining, he picked up the first stack of papers and went to leave. I'll get started right away. Call me if you need anything. Before he left, he looks angry, by the way. Pissed off right now. He seemed to be on the verge of telling me something, but instead quietly left the room. I breathed a sigh of relief. Yang? And so you can already see that I was here, so the answer is that was uncomfortable. I've already been here. I had to rewind back. That was uncomfortable.
Oh, you're dissatisfied with my lap, are you?
Not about your lap or the fact that you sat me down on it with no explanation. I decided to keep that thought to myself for fear of deviating from the subject. Were you teasing Rui just now? Discussing business with a woman on his lap. It must have been an unnatural sight for Rui to witness, and Yang must have known this.
He is second in command of the Lao Shu now, which means he must learn how things are run here. In addition, it'd be a tragedy if I didn't make it clear to him that you're my woman. I do not wish for the same thing to happen again. This is my way of ensuring he'll not lay a finger on you. More importantly,
Yang gave a thin smile as he looked into my eyes.
If I'm not mistaken, you seem to have taken a great interest in Rui.
Well, of course, he's a newcomer here who works for a man you hate, right, Yang?
Are you exercising caution? And then what of this morning?
This morning? I tried to think about what he was referring to. If you'd like, you can have some of mine. I haven't touched them yet. I just thought he might be hungry. Yang's not satisfied with that answer. Yang stared at me in silence. Don't tell me Yang wanted some too.
Girl.
Hold on. It was clear at this point, like when I played it the first time, I was like, he's jealous?
You're a little jealous. You're paying attention to the new guy, and not him. Jealous!
I couldn't deny the possibility, since Yang himself ate a great deal of food at mealtimes. But I didn't think he'd want mine this morning because of how sleepy he looked. So why? None of my guesses seem to make any sense. I just love the fact that, like, she can't figure out that he's jealous because it just is so fucking out of character for him. I'm assuming that. Yang, do you mind?
Suit yourself.
I sighed with relief and finally stood up from his lap. Suddenly, Yang stood up and without a word swiftly departed the room. Oh, what had gotten into him? He's keeping me by his side for now. But what if he gets bored of me? What if I make him angry? What will happen then? Okay, good. I'm like, I hope that fucking side stories pop up. You think they would, whether you played it once or 15 times, right? But anyway. Meeting. No, I already know what's going on in this scene, because we obviously read it before. What's it like living here? Is it boring? And not surprising that most would be depressed here. That's right. Things are in motion now. We got in contact with the Chinese mafia, too. Of course, I doubt we can trust them wholeheartedly. Which is why I'm sending an Orlok. For being a disciple, he seemed quite reluctant. So I decided to have one of the perspectives follow him. You know, Johann, not a bad choice if I say so myself. And Emilio! But also, sad Emilio. It's more like, oh, Emilio. We have to scream Emilio every time he shows up, but this is sad. He's in a cage, basically. I trust you did not tell him. About what? His relationship with Orlok? And at first I was like, oh, and then I went, oh, it's probably just because Orlok killed Johann's brother, and we know that in Orlok's route, so not surprising. At first I was like, oh, is there something else? And then I'm like, why would they tell us that here and not in Orlok's route? You know what I mean? So, it's just that Orlok killed Johann's brother. So Johann doesn't know that in this route, which makes sense. Of course not. I wouldn't want the disciple or the perspective to get out of control. Pawns are best on a tight leash, don't you agree? Would he kill me? Or toss me to the wolves? Regardless of what happened, he'd surely forget about me in a heartbeat. I could feel my heart wrench with pain as I contemplated the possibility of that future. That evening, Lon came running down the corridor toward me.
Peace! In dinner time! Hurry, hurry! I peeked in the kitchen. It's gun show.
Something I can't pronounce that, and I still can't pronounce it even after the second time because I don't know how to pronounce G's and X's together in words. Anyway.
Today, it smelled so good. Let's hurry and get some.
Which is it? A dish of stir-fried shrimp and chili sauce. I'm not a huge shrimp person, but that still sounds good. Oh, just a minute, Lon. Yang left a little before noon, but he hasn't come back yet.
I think he said something about a deal at the casino.
See, I was relieved that his disappearance wasn't my fault.
Poor Yang. No chili shrimp for him. I guess I should eat Yang's share for him. Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, but I'll make sure I leave enough for you and Faye.
Right, forgot we're having another Meanwhile story. Really? How is everything? Gave me work, so I think things are fine. I'll continue as planned as long as he doesn't kill me along the way. You'll not be killed. You have luck on your side, Rui. To be honest, I say I'm pretty unlucky. Why else would I be stuck with superiors with incomprehensible minds? You're mistaken, Rui. That bread is as easy to read as a book. Sure. I guess you would know. Well, I will contact you again shortly. Got it. Thanks for the phone. As I called out to the shopkeeper, I left a tip on the counter before leaving. Thank you, Lon. I smiled as Lon tugged me toward the dining hall. I think we were around here. By the way, that's how far we got. Actually, no, I read neither Yang nor Rui were in the dining hall. I looked over at the large round table and saw numerous dishes already set up. I think it was about here, and I looked over and I'm like, what the motherfuck? So, and as actually right now, I keep going back and forth. I'm like, one screen I read on my giant TV, and the other I have to look at my computer, and it's just to make sure it's working because fuck this shit. Chili shrimp was vibrant with prawns and chili pepper sauce. There were also plates of bean noodles tossed with chopped veggies, egg drop soup, and other beautiful dishes. Egg drop soup is so fucking good. I love it.
Let's eat!
Well, wait a minute, you two. Rui isn't here yet.
It's his fault for being late. Only the strong survive here.
She is right, and it's rude not to eat food when it's hot and ready. Well, I suppose so.
Right? I think we're good.
And with that, the two began their feast with wide grins.
Shrimp is so tasty! I love shrimp!
Yeah, don't forget to eat everything else. The meat and fish are really good. A few minutes later... Sorry I'm late. He gave a perfunctory apology as he took his seat.
Too bad! No more gun show!
Whatever.
For you!
Huh? The worst. Do none of you have hearts? No. You know where you are? No. Should be fucking obvious. Guy, are you new here? I mean, you're new here, sure, but like, good God. There's still some left here. Rui extended his hand toward the plate in front of me.
No! What are you doing?
Ouch. Before I could react, Lon had already slapped Rui on the back of the hand. She's okay with me having some, right? She did offer me sesame balls this morning. You're okay with it, right? Not like you do anything besides freeload anyway. Whoa. I do a lot of work for this food. I'm not freeloading. Do you understand the shit that I do, Rui? Do you want to wear the dress over here? Do you want to do this job? Because I don't think you could handle Yang, alright? Shut your fucking mouth. My jaw nearly dropped at the sudden scathing remark. Well, if you're that hungry... To hear. Before long, Rui pulled my plate toward him and began eating the chili shrimp.
Huh? No fair, Rui! I want more too!
You're nothing. I did ask her for the food.
Peace.
You're too nice to him. You're right, we are. I wasn't sure what to say. I decided to quietly enjoy one of the other dishes. I looked up and noticed Rui staring at me. If there's anything you can't reach, I can... No, thanks. Okay. I hesitantly nodded as he stopped me mid-sentence. Maybe he doesn't like me. Yeah, I was assuming that. But then it's like when she goes, maybe he doesn't like me, it's like, maybe he really likes you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I was pretty sure it was because of what happened this morning. I had the feeling that whatever I said now would only make matters worse. There wasn't much else to do now but eat. I mean, I got the effect that he seems to not like us, so. Night fell as I awaited Yang's return while reading a book in bed. I ended up drifting off to sleep, wondering where he could be. He must have returned right afterward. I woke up this morning to find him sleeping beside me as usual. I breathed a sigh of relief, seeing him back in one piece. Chapter 2! Virulence. But it's weird because I thought they all were in different languages, but like, this is in English too. And Orlock's was like in German or some shit, so like, Is this... I'm not sure who we're supposed to be right now. I would assume it's me. I spent the next week as I usually did, and it came and went without incident. However, I noticed that Yang was away from the base more often than before. I'm assuming it's me then. It seemed with the delegation of his work to Rui, he no longer felt as tied down to it. Rui was thorough in hunting down the remaining resistance in town, according to Lon and Faye, while also busy negotiating with new clients. At times, the twins would accompany him, and all I could do was pray for their safe return. Another morning arrived with the new day. That's usually what happens. Once again, I had fallen asleep alone, only to awaken with Yang beside me. He must have returned late last night. I moved quietly to climb out of bed, taking care not to disturb him. Yang was still sound asleep past noon. He'd already missed breakfast today, so I approached him cautiously and spoke his name. Mao? Mao. It's time for lunch. You still want to sleep? Yang stirred and his eyes quietly opened. He doesn't seem to be in a bad mood, yet. Without a word, he slowly sat up on the edge of the bed and cracked his neck a bit. Oh, okay, we're getting an after story. Understanding what that meant, I climbed back onto the bed behind him. Is it? Ooh, Yuan.
What the? Who the hell?
I glanced at the brave soul who dared to shout.
Ah!
He froze, trembling as he fell silent. It seemed the men here knew fear.
Yuan!
As I made my way down the corridor, a familiar voice called my name.
Yang's room is over there.
I see you're now grown enough to show me the way. My, how time flies.
Hey, he's gonna bust in one, and it's gonna be like, exactly what it looks like.
Understanding what that meant, I climbed back onto the bed behind him. I gathered his silky hair into my hands, plaiting it into a neat braid as I usually did. That's actually cute. He's like cracking my neck. Like, braid my hair, bitch.
I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't this. It wasn't like, okay, time to braid his hair. This is cute.
Just as I finished tying up the end, I suddenly heard shouting in the corridor. I wonder what's going on out there. Yang took his coat from where it hung on the bedpost and stood, pulling it on in one motion. I followed him off the bed when suddenly the door opened and a man stepped inside. I didn't know why my breath escaped me. He had not charged in to attack us, nor was he brandishing a weapon of any sort. But it's frightening. I knew on instinct to keep my distance. I've prepared a delightful game for you. He strode over brazenly and stepped in front of Yang, not looking my way even once. Yang glared at him with a very visible frown. You may go as wild as you please, and no need to exert that brain with any rational thought. Should you desire a reward, I can procure for you a new toy, whether weapons, pawns, or women. Yuan. I clicked that too fast, I'm sorry. Yang spoke the name in a low voice. Yuan.
Like how they're like, now we have to. I mean, we already know who he is. I guess depending on what route you do first.
So this is... His white hair swayed softly as he tilted his head and gave a thin smile. Have you really nothing to say? Could it be you wish to keep her out of a grisly conversation? How unexpectedly gentlemanlike. Don't tell me this country has reformed you so. Who said anything about her? You fail to consider how your crude manners can leave one speechless. Barging in without a greeting, to squawk about work when we've not met in years. There's an order to things. Show me that your head's not merely on for decoration. It has been some time, Yang. How have you been? It's been 6 years since you shipped me off to this backwater countryside, and I've yet to receive an apology for it, Yuan. My eyes studied Yuan's face carefully, alert to any reaction he might give in response to Yang. So he's the reason why Yang came to Berlin. 6 years, you say? So has the brat finally learned to count? A sign of improved maturity, no doubt. It was well worth sending you here. But is this apology not one for you to be making? Wonder who it was who killed the second in command I sent. Suddenly, Yuan fixed his eyes upon me. The light sweep of his head around the room had not conveyed any dangerous intent, but the look in his eyes bound me in place. Woman, excuse yourself. Before I could even react, Yang spoke sharply. Leave her be. Speak, Yuan. Why have you come without sending word? I wanted to visit my favorite brat, to see how much he's grown. Well, that's enough pretense. You mentioned a game earlier. Tell me what it is you need done. Yuan gave another eerie smile. His eyes were cold, as though looking into the void. I'd seen eyes like his before. They were incredibly familiar. An opportunity will present itself soon. What opportunity? To kill Tao. Oh, who could that be? The game Yuan proposed was murder.
Yang fell silent and didn't indicate any desire to respond. Yuan sighed with exasperation. Not interested. The brat I once knew would have leapt for joy at the news. You must have enough toys here to keep you satisfied. If so, perhaps I should take some away. Yeah, I kind of knew I was going to be the toy you meant. As quick as lightning. So fast that not even Yang could react. Yuan's cold fingers tightened around my neck. Yang looks like pissed, but also I kind of feel like Yang's not going to be like, don't touch her! He's going to be like, the fuck are you doing? Inside, he's internally panicking, but he's not going to show it. Realizing I can no longer breathe, I began to panic.
Let her go, Yuan. She belongs to me.
Then I shall prepare a new toy as a replacement. If you refuse my offer, I can break you first before I break her. As Yuan chuckled in a hollow way, Yang's eyes were as sharp as knives. Stop! I managed to make the faintest sound through his agonizing grip. Yuan must have loosened his hold slightly. A rush of air filled my lungs. If you have something to say to me, I am willing to hear it. I tried my best to hold back my coughing fit. I'd cough in his fucking face. I glared at Yuan, whose fingers around my neck were like iron. If I'm only going to burden Yang, then I'll just kill myself! Yuan's pomegranate eyes narrowed. I see. It would be a waste of effort to kill something that will easily die on its own. And with that, Yuan released his hand fully. My legs collapsed under me, and I vaguely felt the hard floor strike against my knees. Yuan resumed speaking without another glance at me. Tao has aged badly. Tao has aged badly. The old man's no longer fit for his position as second commander. This is your opportunity to rise through the ranks. After a sigh of annoyance, Yang turned to look at me. Leave the room. I tried to respond, but couldn't stop from coughing. Instead, I nodded and forced my weak legs to stand and take me out of the room at once. I finally breathed a sigh of relief outside in the corridor as my coughing subsided. I do, there's a part of me that, kind of loves how Yang's just hello, she's mine. And then, we're basically choked to death, and he's like, could you get the fuck out? No fucks given to the fact that your friend almost choked me to death. What an ass. But at the same time, it's I kind of like that he's an ass, because that's very much Yang. I feel like he's pissed on the inside, but he doesn't want to show it. And maybe later he's going to be like, are you actually okay? And you're like, yeah, I guess, jackass. You know what I mean? Anyway. It was then that the thought returned. Remember, you where I had seen those eyes before. That man, Yuan, in his ominous presence, smiling with empty eyes, looking into nothing. The memory of the night I first met Yang flashed through my mind. I remembered the same fear that struck me then. I kind of remember that too.
Space, are you okay?
Yes, I think so. I'm going to be staying far away until Yuan leaves.
Yeah, good idea.
After a pause, Lon whispered,
I hate him. Really.
You do?
He's scary. I can't even look him in the eye. When I do, it feels like I'm going to fall into a deep hole.
Never seen Lon like this before.
Why don't we go to the dining hall and stay there until Yuan leaves? It's much better than standing around here and running into him on his way out. You're right. It's about time for dessert anyway. We haven't even had lunch yet, you know?
Faye patted Lon on the back reassuringly and nudged her along. I followed behind the twins to the dining hall. After we took our usual seats around the table, I decided to voice something that caught my interest. Yang and Yuan were talking about the second commander. Do you two know more about that?
The Lu Huanhu commanders are top of the hierarchy.
Faye answered my question as he prepared a pot of tea. And Yang is a commander too.
That's right. Faye knows all about that. He'll tell you.
Fine, fine. Luan, who's part of the Republic of China's...
Hui? Who? Who? Because it's the who. Okay.
Or criminal syndicate.
Can't, whatever. Look, Lu Huanhu is like the best I can fucking do, but you can't throw other fucking names out there. I'm not gonna get it.
We got people working for us all over the world with branches in different countries. No, wait. I don't need to explain the part about the Lao Shu because you already know about us.
Yeah. Keep going, Faye.
Yeah. The Lu in her name means 6, for the 6 commanders that lead the syndicate.
The six of them get together to talk about the Lu Huanhu, right?
Like a council, 6 commanders make decisions that affect all of the Lu Huanhu. But the 6 commanders aren't equals, there's a strict ranking. Even Yang won't bother with disobeying the commanders above him. There's no point. Top 3 all live back on the mainland. The other 3 are stationed around the world where they can make money for the syndicate. First Commander...
Chang? Not sure. I don't know Chinese names. I really don't. Sorry. Anyway.
Leads the organization. His guys are hiding out all over. I know there's no way, but it's not...
Things? I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Second Commander Tao is people in America doing all sorts of things.
Oh, that's Lon. Sorry. I read that in Faye's voice. I'm so sorry. That was Lon. Anyway. Is the accent, is that like with a Z? Is that like... I can't. I'm sorry. I'm really bad. Look, I can muddle through Japanese sometimes, but I cannot even pretend that I have any fucking clue when it comes to Chinese pronunciation. So anyway. Third Commander, name I can't pronounce, handles the Asian region, and I don't want to butcher it, because I feel like that'd be wrong.
Fourth Commander Yuan handles the United Kingdom.
Oh, maybe Yuan doesn't really want us to fucking, come to London if he's up taking all that shit. Anyway.
Fifth Commander Fan lives in Germany and manages Eastern Europe.
And Yang's the 6th Commander. He got put in charge of Italy as soon as he got the job.
They're all commanders, but their rank determines their power and wealth within the syndicate. Yang's 6th and Yuan's 4th. The numbers alone aren't that far apart. But Yuan's got way more men than the Lao Shu. We're totally outnumbered.
It's like they're the grown-ups and we're the kids. If we fought against them, we wouldn't stand a chance.
Not unless you banded together with the Visconti and the Fells. Oh, never mind. You killed them all, so fuck that. I guess you're screwed. Should have thought about that. Just kidding. Really?
Yeah, everyone does their own thing, but they all have their specialties. Yuan's specialty is drugs.
Yuan is really dangerous. Maybe even more than Yang. You be careful, okay?
Okay. The very short encounter I had with him was enough to convince me of it. By the way, where's Rui?
He's not here today. I think he's out working.
I heard Yang ordered him to go hunting, so maybe it's that.
Ah, you're right. I remember he left earlier with some of our guys. Well, enough about work. The tea should be all ready to drink.
Yeah, let's have a good lunch.
Right. The sight of Lon and Faye's bright smiles comforted me greatly, but at the back of my mind, I couldn't help but wonder how Yang and Yuan were doing. I shook my head and decided to enjoy lunch with the others.
I've become more tightly wound, Yuan. I am surprised the demise of your underlings is of any concern. Even my wisdom did not foresee that development. However, the blame for his death should not rest upon me. He sold drugs on my territory without my permission. I'd say death is an appropriate punishment for those who step out of line. I knew already who it was who commanded me to sell those drugs. None other than the man standing before me. Ah, you mean that
Chi Shao? Guessing, just going, whatever. It seems I must be more direct in saying that Li was made to sell it because of you, Yang. A drug that circulated around Veleno and Strano in 1925. It's highly addictive with stronger side effects than other drugs known to the area.
Oh. After all, you've generated little profit since your arrival in this country town. And you've not properly responded to Fawn's inquiries. As a result,
I have endured a great deal from the elders, pinning your faults on me. It's true that I recommended you to be the sixth commander. I extended a helping hand to you. I hand to you rats to show that I actually care.
A helping hand? You sent me your drugs with a bill that no one here asked for. Is that really what you'd call extending a helping hand?
You refused my help when I offered it, don't you remember? Which is why I was forced to resort to unconventional means.
Jisha only brings about ruin. The profits gained from selling it are short-lived. Left over from your own excess supply, I presume, then sent this way as nothing but a nuisance.
What is the issue with selling where we can? Don't tell me you were planning on settling down in this place. One more thing. The bill you paid has been deposited to the Lu Huan Hu on behalf of the Lao Shu. I've already taken my fee from it.
As expected, Yuan smiled.
Remnants.
Meanwhile, remnants.
Rui. We killed him! How about you guys? We got rid of the ones in the back too, Rui! Got it. Nice and smooth. These Falzone and Visconti guys. They're not as tough as Yang said they were. I should be able to handle the rest, no problem. Yuan should be at the base by now.
Always that annoying smile without fail. It was infuriating.
Hearing nothing from outside Yang's door, I opened it slowly and took a peek. Yang was sitting at the edge of his bed with an evident frown. My hand rose to my chest in relief when I saw he was alone. I stepped inside the room. He already gone?
Yes, although it seems Yuan will be staying in Berlin for the time being. Well, this will only mean trouble.
For a moment I was speechless. I'd never seen him so dispirited before. He looks exhausted just thinking about it. Beyond the fact that Yang hated Yuan, there must be some additional strain on him now. You haven't had anything to eat today, have you? Should I bring some tea and snacks?
No, will you stay here?
He beckoned me over to his side. Yang rested his head on my shoulder. Well, if you're not in the mood to talk, you don't need to respond, but... With my heart still racing at his sweet gesture, I asked, who is Yuan anyway? About Senor Yuan. I think it's like, who is Yuan is probably... Yeah, okay, it is. Who is Yuan anyway?
A person I will kill one day.
The answer came readily. I kind of feel like he might actually kill him in his route, because it's his route, so...
Space.
Yes? Sorry, I clicked that way too fast. I kind of expect sometimes, like, I click it, because, like, you know how the text goes super slow, and then, like, I click, and it's like, oh, never mind, he was only saying one word. Yang raised his head. He looked at me with his moon-like eyes.
Do not discount your worth. I will be the one to decide the value of your life, as well as its purpose. You do not have the right to choose when to die.
This must be his way of scolding me for saying that I'd kill myself earlier. I have to admit, though he said it in his usual snide way, it felt as though he said it out of concern for me. Maybe Mao cares more about me than I thought. He does, he just doesn't want to admit it. I couldn't help but smile at the idea. Or maybe he just wants to have control over his possessions. Well, either way, we can just pretend. He just wants to control his possessions, but it makes me feel like he cares, so I guess that's something? Even if that were true, his desire to keep me beside him brought a smile to my face. Yang shifted his body a bit and lay his head down on my lap. His eyes were closed. Oh, we're getting a thing. I gently ran my fingers through his hair. Sorry. Spy 2!
Yuan. So,
That is his woman. She seemed like any common girl one would find around this town. Yeah, but I'm the key for Jesus. Not anymore, I guess. What is it? Yes. I see. So he intends to quash his remaining opposition in earnest. For someone so reckless, that's surprisingly prudent of him. Very pleasant indeed to hear of his growth. Yes, and not to worry. I have faith in Rui. He will certainly curry favor in no time. Very well. I look forward to your next report. Who's spy number 2? I gently ran my fingers through his hair. So, Mao can actually feel troubled because of others. I stroked his head softly, feeling the joy of learning something new about him. The following morning, I was headed to the rooftop to hang the laundry up to dry. I stopped for a moment to shift the heavy basket of wet laundry to get a better grip. Suddenly, one of the doors opened and I saw Rui's figure appear in the dim corridor. Good morning, Rui. You're early. Without saying a word, Rui quickly moved aside. He moved to let me through? Thank you. As I was about to pass him, suddenly I tripped and lurched forward.
Space!
I felt her arms grabbing me from behind and pulling me back before I could fall. Thank you, Lon.
You did that on purpose, didn't you?
Sorry. My legs are pretty long.
Why, you!
I've got some actual work to do, so make sure not to bother me. Got it? With a flippant wave of his hand, Rui left us and walked away.
Are you okay, Space?
Yes, thanks to you, Lon.
That guy's a real piece of work.
He must really hate me.
That's strange. Did you do something to him? As far as I can tell, you haven't done a thing to him.
I was nice to him.
Hey, that must be really heavy. Let me carry it. It's way lighter than my dragon blade.
It had taken all my strength to carry the load, but Lon plucked the basket from my arms with ease. Thank you, Lon.
Lon, you sure? Thought you said you were starving.
Faye asked with a hint of worry, but Lon puffed out her chest with pride.
I'm fine. I want to help her. Well then, let me help too. It'll go faster if we work together, right?
Thank you. You both are such a great help. I love our murder twins.
We really are, aren't we? More compliments, please.
With the twins each holding a handle, we all made our way up to the rooftop. The twins really are, charming for being stabby, but... When the laundry was all hung up to dry, I returned to Yang's room to find him just now waking up. Good morning, Mao. I'll be out today. For work? What about breakfast? I helped Yang get dressed, as I asked. Yang wasn't replying. Can I go with you? No. Oh. Then I'll just stay here for today. I have some books I can read. Again, Yang gave no response, but at least he didn't say anything to the contrary. After breakfast, Yang left the base. I went back to our room to finish my book, and a short while later, Lon and Faye came in.
Space, what you doing? Can't you tell? She's reading a book. Hey, I didn't ask you, Faye!
Lon, Faye, would you like to join me? I'm reading Cavalleria Rusticana? It's a story that was made into an opera. A short story by the Italian author Giovanni Verga, later adapted into an opera. Its name means rustic chivalry in Italian. Rusticana. Okay. Means rustic, yeah. Okay, yeah, I get that. That part anyway. Lon shook her head vigorously when I showed her the cover of the book.
We can't read Italian.
Oh. I'm sorry, I had no idea. It's just that you can speak Italian so well that I thought you were able to read it too. Lon and Faye weren't born here, so I should have been more considerate before I asked.
Really? We're good at it?
Yes, especially considering your age.
Well, we did study really hard before we came. We're not as smart as Yang. Yep. Oh, we're not kids anymore, you know?
You're right. Both of you have grown up so much since we first met in a year.
Really? Hooray! I'm not so sure about that, but sure, why not? Now that you're feeling better, today should be easier, right, Lon? Sure. I'll do my best. No worries.
Your best in what? The twins looked at each other.
Can we tell her about that? Sure we can.
They nodded, then Faye began to speak.
We're in the middle of studying English, so we could go to London too. That's right, but it's a secret.
A secret from Yang?
Yeah, we figured Yang doesn't expect us to be able to speak English. But we don't want him to think we're useless, which is why we figured we'd learn it anyway. If we don't, he'll leave us behind. I don't want that. So once we're able to speak it well enough, we're going to ask Yang to take us.
That's so cute. Stop it. Yang, I don't know if you know this, but we have kids. You can't leave our children behind. I have a feeling Yang was planning on taking Lon and Faye regardless, but...
So, can you speak English, Space?
Not much more than basic greetings.
How about we study together then? You're going too, right? To London?
Well...
Huh? You seem like you're not sure. Don't tell me you don't wanna.
Of course I want to go, but, the reality of the upcoming move is forcing me to think about things more seriously. I'm excited, but I'm also nervous. I'd be like, I don't know if Yang's gonna be tired of me and just kick me out of the house the second he's ready to leave. Excited? Have you plans to go sightseeing? How long had he been standing there? None of us had heard him enter, but he seemed to be completely at home in Yang's room. Ah, motherfucker. Lon's expression went rigid.
Oh, sorry, Yuan. Yang's out right now.
I skipped that, sorry. They also seemed surprised by Yuan's appearance, but casually stepped forward in front of Lon and me. No matter.
What? Hey, Yuan!
Yuan shoved Faye aside so he could get a good look at... Me? His fingers were like talons, pulling my chin upward to see my face. But I was surprised that his touch didn't hurt. He stared at me with steady eyes, and after a few seconds had passed, he's trying to figure out why. Like, what is he so interested in? You're so basic. Ouch. Bitch. You're basic! I finally decided to speak in a careful voice. What is it? We did not have much of a conversation before. I came to introduce myself to you. Me? Or? Despite the suspicions that arose in my mind, I felt that if I pressed him further, he'd mercilessly kill me with a smile on his face. Legit! I decided it was best to remain silent, but it seemed as though he wanted otherwise. Spacey. He knows my name? Yuan hadn't showed the slightest interest in me when we first met. But how... Yuan's voice was unusually gentle. For what reason are you with that brat? Are you attracted to him? Are you in love? Refraining from answering him would only result in the worst, but I needed to be careful. Recalling the fear I felt on the night I first met Yang, I responded, It's fascination. It was Yang's decision. It's fascination, but it's also Yang's decision, so I'm not really sure. I feel like when going the first night you met him, it's fascination, but... Oh, we save. Oh shit, save file 1. Okay. How many save files does he have? Oh shit. Oh crap, hold on. How many does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 5? 5? Wait. 5? Yeah, okay. Alright, hold on. I'm just making sure there's not any hiding in there. Nope, we have 5. Okay, so we need 1, 2, 3. This will be the 5th one. So that's number 1. Okay, now I gotta scroll back up to the top of the guide. I know we're probably gonna be over on this one, but that's okay. It was Yang's decision. Interesting, okay. It was Yang's decision. He told me I was to stay here. I'd been through a lot until this moment. But the main reason I was here was because Yang said he had no intention of letting me go. True. That was the essence of our relationship. Yuan pondered silently for a moment. Still holding my chin, he pulled me toward him. I reacted without thinking. His beautiful face was approaching so quickly that I slapped him without thinking. Not even a taste. Yuan's grip on me was still undisturbed as the corners of his mouth curved up into a grin. Is this supposed to be funny? Despite my best efforts, my voice still trembled, which seemed to please him. Does it appear to you that way? I must admit, wondering now whether I should kill you is not of any particular amusement. Truly, I've never been amused in all my life. If I've given you a different impression, it only means I'm doing well at playing pretend. His hand suddenly snapped away from my chin, appearing to have no lingering interest. Yuan turned on his heel and departed the room without a word. Even as his footsteps echoed down the corridor, I was still frozen to the spot with fear.
Please, are you okay? I really had no idea what was going to happen. Glad you didn't get hurt.
Me too.
I'm sorry I couldn't jump in to help.
No, don't worry. You were trying to protect me when he came in, weren't you? It's just... There's no telling what could have happened if you had gotten in his way. I have a feeling things would have only gotten worse had they intervened. I know exactly what you mean when you said he scares you, Lon. Yuan's eyes flashed through my mind again. It was not the first time I'd seen such lifeless eyes, but his were far worse. Great, we have to... Oh, fuck! Shit! I didn't mean to I hit the wrong button. God damn it, no, fuck! No, shit! No, crap. No, crap. There we go. I was like, it's like I fucking forgot how to goddamn rewind. Shit! Okay, I forgot how to do the Aria shit. Cold eyes. The heroine finds her way to the rooftop where she encounters Yang, and then we have to go to a fucking side story like, Jesus Christ, I don't... Part's long, sorry. Like, we need to end. We need to wrap this up. Like, holy shit, it keeps going. At night, I was looking at the stars. I'm assuming this is Yang again, right? Is this... Anyway.
That night, I was looking at the stars. I always look to the point of boredom, but the next night I found them interesting again. I heard footsteps running up the stairs, then the sound of the door opening. Must be my guest. I knew she was approaching, but I had no real interest in her. Even turning around would be a waste of time. And then again, she is the special guest I picked up for His Excellency. I suppose I should greet her. I turned around to see her looking at me.
I'm sorry for bothering you. I think I've been brought here by mistake.
I made it seem as though I agreed with her. So, she is planning an escape from the Mafia's clutches, is she? Not bad. I thought a sheltered girl would have nothing on her mind but compliance. The most resistance I expected from her was crying, perhaps begging.
If possible, could you please not tell anyone that you saw me?
I smiled. Did she really think I'd allow her to leave this place that easily? Not stupidity or bravery inspired her request. I grabbed her and had a taste of her lips. There was no deeper meaning to it. She did nothing but accept me in that moment. Soon.
What are you doing?
She came to her senses and slapped me. There was a blonde woman lying in my arms. Am I at a brothel? No. I forgot I captured a cat last night. It was impossible that a man and a woman could share the same bed all night without intimacy. Meaning that this must be a cat. I hope this pet will amuse me for a while. I'll do away with her once I've lost interest. Taming a new pet's always troublesome, but I suppose I can be gentle while I have her. Within reason, of course.
Meanwhile, I've been around for a year. Anyway. There was nothing contained within their depths. Oh, motherfucker, there's two? Why is it... Oh my god. Well, we're gonna be here fucking forever, so this is gonna be a long-ass part, because... Not that anyone's complaining. I'm fucking starving, and I'm just over everything, because my fucking recording software and everything is, like, just garbage, so whatever. Welcome, senor. Allow me to escort you to the room.
It grated on my nerves how they shook with fear when I was only here for business. What happened to the direttore? I've not seen him for some time.
Well, we've been looking, but have not been managed to locate him just yet. Oh, great, Yang! You killed Henry, too! What the fuck?
Either he disappeared of his own volition, or he was killed. A shame. He was rather entertaining with those veiled remarks and taunting manner of his. I'd have killed him had he gone too far, but I suppose I lost the opportunity. I see. Very well. I accept your terms.
Thank you very much, senor. It seems you've become more gracious since we last met.
Does that come as a disappointment to you?
No, not at all.
Rest assured, I have one more condition to add. A simple matter requiring attention.
Oh? Meanwhile, story. Wonder. Sorry. Holy fucking I'm tired. This fucking shit's stressing me out. I mean, it's working now, but still.
Hunt down the rest of the mafia while staying on top of business. I thought it was going to be easy at first, but to gain his trust quickly, it's also a matter of wounded pride. I'd gone to the west side of Strano to stamp out the mafia there. Once Yang said it would be too much for me to handle.
Gotta hand it to the boss's friend! Right on the money!
Damn it! Thompson. They get those from...
A submachine gun invented in 1918, also known as the Chicago typewriter. Where you think we got it from? Fucking Chicago! Fucking American. I mean, Gills. He might be dead, but...
I had my share of grazes from the gunfire. Worse, a good number of the Lao Shu were down. Lucky to my bones, veins, and nerves still intact. We kept putting on the pressure, but we're getting nowhere. Managed to kill a few of them, but it's a far cry from victory. Taking the bigger hit. What's meant was that I defied Yang's orders and failed for nothing.
That's why he told you you couldn't handle them! There was nothing contained within their depths. Only a faint red hue atop a vast emptiness that threatened to pull me in. Unfathomable, fearsome, and inescapable. Alright, perfect. Unless we get another goddamn side story. No, okay. So here we go. We're done. We're done with this. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.